Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Let's start this show. Let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Good morning. Good morning, crew. Welcome back for another show, another day. It is Thursday, December 29th, your last Thursday of this month and this year. So I'm glad you're here with me. We're in 2022, about to go to 2023. Thank you for joining me for the ride this year. It feels so great. Again, it feels like we just talked yesterday. So hey y'all, what up? We back for hot topics. A lot of different things to cover. Holmes, Drake, Cardi, Megan, all of that good stuff. So I'm glad to get into it. Shout out to the crew for being here. Thank y'all for showing up and showing out this entire week, this entire month. I appreciate the love and the energy. Shout out to my members. Shout out to the moderators. What up? What up, y'all? What up? Remember, Moddies, if I have not given you dinner yet, please drop your cash app so I can feel like I done, took you to dinner for everything you've done this year and this month and today. Shout out to everybody who's here. If you have not had an opportunity to do it, please hit that like button. Please try to give me a little like before we start the show. Start me off at a good number. All likes matter, including yours. And if you are new here, first time you found me from Twitter, you found me from somebody sharing you. Thank you. Welcome. I hope you subscribe. And consider joining the membership and turn on all your notifications so you'll know when the next video drops. And if you like today's show, you enjoyed what you watched, you enjoyed the commentary, always feel free to drop a little cash app. $ Roman L. Jackson. Everything is appreciated. Everything goes to the heart. Remember, I do a lot of staying up and all that good stuff to bring you all some exciting commentary and just a different way of looking at things. So without further ado, can we just go ahead and get into today's show? What up, crew? What's going on? What's going on with your what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me cut this light on. Oh, let me turn the light on. Had the lights off. It was hot. I've been up like all night. I've been up since like maybe midnight. So I literally haven't gotten any sleep. But I slept most of the daytime. I told you I keep trying to get into this emancipation movie, and every time I start, I'm rudely disturbed and I can never get into it. So hopefully today I can do that. Oh, that is so good. That is really good. What up, y'all? What's going on? We back. We back for another conversation. Listen, remember tomorrow's giveaway is $200. Um, going to members only. So please feel free to drop. If you are a member, you're in green. Drop your Cash App and the word. Um, so you can get that $200 prize. And again, that's my way of saying thank you for sticking with me this year, this month, that day, this time period, and for being a member. Uh, I never would imagine 2 years ago having like members and having people who actually engage with me on this level. So everything is appreciated, and I always want to show you all that. I'd be damn the end of this year. I don't leave on a note of giving. The spirit of giving is always over me. So that's I wanted to say that. Also, if you are new to this channel and you don't know, yes, I do have a second channel, which is our everything we talk about over there will be crime TV, crime news, all that good stuff. So here's the link to that second channel. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Please, please. We at 61. So yesterday was 51. Today we at 61. What, can we go to 71? I mean, let me drop the link. Here's the second channel. It's Crime TV. We're gonna do all things crime over there. It'll be kicking off next year. I'm not gonna give a date. I'm not gonna put that pressure on myself, but you'll notice some of the uploads from some lives we talked about. Great stories, great conversations that I don't want to forget. So I'm gonna take them over there, do some good editing on them, and upload them, and get that channel going and popping. I think having a category channel like that, it'll be easier for me to promote with uploads than it would be having a live channel with like hot topics and trendy things. Because I think there's a niche audience who are looking for specific crime stories in their communities, specific names that may not be trendy, but there's an audience out there who wants to find out more information about that. So I wanna fit into that mode. So look forward to that. Let me drop this also membership link. If you are interested in joining the membership, here is that link. It's always great for you to be a part of the crew. I always say as soon as you walk in the door, you are part of the crew, but it's always a blessing for you to be a member of the crew, part of that A list. So there's the link if you'd like to join the membership. What up, crew? I see y'all in the chat. What up, Ox City 805 Queen? Thank you for being here, boo. Naries, what's up? Good morning, Tisa. Good morning. Hey, Miss Philadelphia. Good morning and happy holidays. Good morning, Miss Toby. Hey, boo. Voodoo, what's going on? Kings Mina, good morning, good morning. Sticks girl, hey babes. Where do we drop the word? On Friday, right in the chat. As soon as I say, all right, y'all, go. And you just drop the word right in the chat. Good morning, Kimberly Black. Thank you for being back, coming back. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate when y'all come back through. All right, I'm not gonna hold you. We're gonna get right into this show. So there's a lot of things that have been going on, y'all, from a lot of different days over a past couple of days. And I was like, well, damn, now I can talk about a full show of hot topics because, I always put local news in it. We got a full show of hot topics. We got about 9 things I want to get through. First, so let's go ahead and kick this right off. So TJ Holmes files for divorce from wife amid Amy Robach romance. Now, here's the wife, Marilee Fybug. I always get her name wrong, but Marley Fybug. Here's the wife, and this is back in 2012. They had a baby in 2013. They've been married for 12 years since March of 2010, and he filed Wednesday afternoon a divorce. Now, this came as a shocker to a lot of people. Not that the divorce was filed, but that he filed the divorce and she didn't file the divorce. And I said, oh, okay, maybe they were waiting it out. Maybe he couldn't wait any longer, or I don't know. I wasn't too sure about that too, but it was interesting that he filed the divorce, but he did file the divorce. This came after people saw pictures of them rummaging about in the airport over the weekend, looking all couple-ish and all that good stuff. And I said, they just don't, at this point, it's about, they don't give a fuck. It's like, look, we together. And so it was reported the Good Morning America anchor filed docs Wednesday in New York City after 12 years of marriage and about a month after folks found out about his relationship with colleague Amy Robach. Interesting enough, he and Amy were spotted traveling together over the holidays, which I showed you the pictures of. Now, here's the thing. This is my little take on this. See, these two, and I have a picture on my Twitter account, and it's doing really good of TJ Holmes. I mean, people are engaging, we getting good comments, people are following off of it, and so I've been reading people's comments. Most people are saying they look good. Like, I want to hate them as a couple, but they look good together. They look good together. I got some people in the comments are like, how could this man tear up a happy black home? But here's my thing with that. See, Amy Robot and him, I think they were been wanting. I think sometimes people have to go through other people and shit and things to really come together with someone that they actually really like. He went through all of that shit, you know, cheating on his wife, cheating on Amy Robot with another, you know, all of these different things. And she dealt with all of Amy Robot, dealt with it publicly. It's almost like, yeah, girl, you about the only bitch on this earth made for a nigga like that. And so what I see is that these two, they're public figures. Where can he go from here? First of all, she is a millionaire, more money than he has. She is the breadwinner, okay? I had somebody in the comments of that because I had put something about money. He was like, well, actually, she's the breadwinner. So she's coming to the table with something. He's doesn't have a lot of money, you know. And so for me, I'm almost like I've literally put this will be it for him in my notes. I don't think we're gonna see him cheating anymore publicly. I don't think, because at this point, shit, they might as well have a rendezvous. She seems like she's down with it. Amy, you know, Amy, for a lack of a better words, women will look at you a lot different. There's only so much of a love story you can tell when you've sat through him not only cheating on you, but cheating on his wife, a whole nother woman. You're supposed to be the confidant, and now we're here. So you lose them how you got them, but I just don't think that these two are going to separate. I think it's too public, and this is all speculation, but as they remain suspended and an internal investigation is conducted within the studio to decide what's next for them. That was the key word for me. It wasn't termination. It wasn't, you know, a year suspension without pay. It was, we just got to figure out what we're going to do next with y'all. So in the meantime, y'all figure y'all shit out. And I think for him, this divorce and moving forward with her is to show not only the public, but his network, like, yeah, I'm silently moving forward. That's why on my Twitter post, if you follow me at King Roman News on Twitter, you'll see I posted a picture of this yesterday, and I said, I expect soon after this divorce is completely finalized, him to propose to Amy Robot. She's going to be around during this divorce, because if she's not and it's another woman, she'll look stupid. And we still don't know what's going on with her marriage. It'd be funny if she then goes and divorces her husband, because then now it's like, oh, what the fuck? So I think they were all like sort of smitten with each other through struggles and just the negative, like cheating and all of that. They came together, and I think they're sort of like, I hate to say it, like, you know, we always say this, but Beyonce and Jay-Z is a business relationship. Like, they can't break up. It's a domino effect. Bitch, the world going in, stocks gonna crash. I don't think Amy Robach and TJ Holmes have that kind of relationship, but I think they're sort of locked in. I think it's sort of like, all right, we here now. Shit, we here now. I'm sure he's disgraced by his colleagues. I'm sure he takes a lot of the brunch, more than she does. But I think that if he don't move forward with her, she'll then get a lot of the brunch. I don't give a fuck how much money you have. That makes you look like, wow, not only did you break up a marriage, honey, but you don't have him at the end of the day. Now, I'm not. Me and my friends got a group chat, and this nigga put this picture in the group chat, and I said, who is that? And I got the whole backstory of the Real Housewives. Now, y'all know I don't watch it, but I found out about this shit. Now, you see this? I said, have a bitch looking confused, like, girl, what are you doing? Are you still with this man? He's cheating on you. So this is where we at. And it's so interesting that it says within the studio to decide what's next for them. I guarantee you, if anything's next, is going to be individual. I think he'll go back to on location reporting, separating him out of the studio and from around any other folks. And I think she given a lot of different things. Woo, woo, raise the roof. Crew, y'all know what I'm talking about. She'll be back on air in the studio. That's my opinion on it. That's my thoughts. What do you all think about it? Talk to me. And shout out to the crew. Why I see y'all here like this? Wait. Okay, I'm very competitive. Okay, do you have the membership for the iPhone? Yes, I have the link. Was that link not? Was that not the right link? I'm sorry. I thought that was. I tried to get everything ready this morning. All right, let me see if this is the not the link. Then I'll find it. Wow. So is Amy next? That's what I said. You sound just like me. I said, is Amy? Oh, so is this the play? They got a good PR team. For all we know, Good Morning America and the producers over there at CBS, they working behind the strings helping them too. Remember, a lot of times your personal endeavors becomes an extension of the network. Look at a lot of people and how they deal with shit. We got some more stories. But yes, I definitely think they're protected. They just don't care. They are they are faithfully sticking together. Okay, they have some kind of faith in each other and their ability to get through this, and they've been through a lot of different things. I'm not for it. I'm not for the destruction of a home at all, not like this so publicly. But what I am for is that this to be it. Like, you had to go through all of that shit to find out that this is how you want it. What is it about? What is it? What That's how I feel. I feel like this is it for him. We will now be referring to TJ Holmes as TJ Hooker. Okay, you got it. Baby, you got it. TJ Hooker it is for me. I like that. Okay, what up, Slim Body Benz? Smart ass. You so smart. You be piecing shit together. I was like, I'm looking in the comments like, mm-hmm. Shout out to Slim Body Benz and shout out to the crew. I hope y'all hit the like button on y'all way in. Hey, Sticks girl. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, boo. So, Karen, are you saying they're soulmates? I do. I am. I know that's a far fetch. I know I'm reaching, but I do think that someone like him, and like this morning, I literally was watching old YouTube videos of them two on TV, corny ass jokes that she would laugh at. And then when they would have other people on the panel, it's like she was sitting far on the end and he was sitting like so staged that all you could see is if somebody would talk, her first remark would be to look at him to get his impression, and then he would do the same. And then they would start having chatter. And I'm like, that's chemistry. You know, we're not looking at a side hoe. We're looking at somebody he probably tells, baby, I'm having gallbladder problems. You want to go to the doctor with me? You know, that's what I'm getting out of this. I'm really am. The way he's so just out in the airport with her. I mean, just out. Like, nigga, you ain't just where? And look at her. Look at her face. She just looking at the cameras like, I'm sick of this shit. Don't look at me, y'all. Let me be. Just yeah, this my man. And she is giving whole. Look at that face. She is giving don't say shit to me. And he got his glasses on because he already know it'll be somebody like me just rolling my eyes. Just rolling my eyes. He walked through like, I can't believe. I probably would slip up and say, so you really out here like this with her though? So y'all really out here like this? So for real, like TJ, come here. Come here, TJ. I just got just a quick question. And it's not, I'm not trying to be funny. So y'all really gonna be out here like this? Like for real? Hey, I just wanna know. I mean, shit, what's really good? But they really are. And this isn't the second time. Shit, after the first initial set of photos came out, the nigga did it again. So, I mean, look, Amy is the cleanup woman. Is he a serial cheater? I sort of assume that he is a serial cheater, but see, when I first talked about the story, every time he cheated with someone, it was for a significant amount of time. Like the first woman he cheated on his wife for, that was for 2 years. Then after that, he got with Amy, and that's been going on for some years and just got recently uncovered. So to me, it's almost like, yes, he's a serial cheater, but he may be, you know, some people are a serial dater, like they just want to date. I think he might be really looking for love or looking for that one to fit a mold. And for some reason, Amy has stuck through all of this shit and has proved herself that she's the one. I mean, look, you got to think about how embarrassing it is for someone like Amy. I think she makes like, she has about 7 million compared to his about think he had like 100,000, not 100,000, but he was in the hundreds of thousands, like 1.7 maybe. But she got 7, 8 million. Think about her peers. Think about who she knows. Think about her network, and she has a family that comes from money. This is not just so all of those pressures, and you still stood by. Yeah, girl, you more than just a cleanup woman. You a suck. You doing it all, child. He's going to cheat. Oh, Miss Toby, we'll see. And I will stand corrected. Baby, I will stand corrected. I will come put on my little Kleenex and stand corrected. Amy is the cleanup woman. Listen, it's some popular women out here that's cleanup women. We don't say nothing about it, but it's some women out here that's cleanup women, celebrities, cleanup women. They come through afterwards. And then you got cleanup men who, shit, a woman has been married a couple of times or may have had a bunch of kids or whatever, and you have a guy who's, whatever, decides that I'll be a part of this. Now he may not have been there while she was cheating on the men and was the one cheating, but you do have a man that may come through, and for all intents and purposes, you are a cleanup man. You've had to deal with all of that, and so yeah, she would be a cleanup woman. But I'm not trying to put her in a good light, nor am I trying to put him in a good light. But I want us to see this for what it is. I think these two are going to be together despite us liking it or not. I think the first sign for me was him filing for the divorce over his wife filing for the divorce, which I think is the interplay for the network telling him, y'all need to get y'all shit together so we can move the fuck on, so we can decide what's next for you all. Now, that still doesn't determine anything because it could take, we know how these divorces go, it could take a long ass time. But the steps start here, and he filed. Wasn't like she filed. So that's clear indication on top of the photos that he doesn't want to be there. Irreconcilable differences, whatever they're going to call it. And now we just got to wait to see if Amy Robach is going to be the next one. It will be so fucking funny, y'all, if Amy Robach comes out early next year filing from divorce from her husband. That shit would be so fucking funny. And then they're back on the air miraculously in the spring, just in time for the spring. We're gonna give you all off the winter and early spring, and we want you all to hit a reset for the summer. Y'all kick off our summer show into the fall. We're gonna put you all on site, just pull you back in. Watch the play. I'm just saying, watch the play. I don't be wrong a lot of times, y'all. Watch the play. Watch it. Oh wow, so he just a ho baby, not the cleanup woman. Yes, y'all, please hit the like. Give me a little love. Good morning, Journey. Hey, boo. Hey, Lifestyle with Nico. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? I love when somebody come in. Hi, is everyone? You be like, well, how you doing? Good morning, BMW. Same way she got him will be the same way she loses him. Baby, she gonna be all over that man. Trust me. This is a public one. We ain't talking about. I think she gonna be all over him. But we gotta watch. We gotta watch. Only thing TJ Longstroke Holmes can do to surprise us is if he comes out, and most men that go through multiple women like that got to prove something. Are members of the Rainbow Coalition. Why are you trying to give him to us? Don't give him to us now. Now he proving himself not worthy. He gonna come over here sleeping around. We got we got preferences too. Let that nigga stay over there. Okay, it don't seem like he trying to be with us anyways too. If you know what I mean. Maybe they will have a sit. There you go, Miss Toby. That will probably be the way to bring them back into the fold. And like I said, expect an immediate proposal. And I could see the proposal being tied into an interview with Robin Roberts. And there we go. Boom. America is bought into the whole, the sob story. And it shit. I'm almost at a point where maybe the wife might even come to the Robin Roberts show to give her take on it. You see how these people been play shit. I'm shocked she wasn't the first one to file for divorce. So who knows? Maybe she might be agreeing to, all right, okay. Who never knows? I wouldn't put it past Good Morning America. I wouldn't pass Robin Roberts or them to all have a sit-down conversation about this, about healing America. And let's just talk about it. Let's put all the cards on the red table talk. I feel that. I feel that coming out of this situation. We all can get past this. Because remember, the wife hasn't made a statement. Husband hasn't made a statement. They practically haven't made a statement. It's just been us talking. So we really got to take from this, like, you got to stand back, like, wait a minute now. And they do PR shit real good for us not to be able to notice this shit. I can see it. First, you do the divorce, then she's gonna follow through next year, and then we'll do a sit down, and then we'll have everyone talk, and then we'll do the wedding. And trust me, I agree. I think yes, that's the link from the computer. Okay, all right, all right. I'm sorry. Damn it. I can see it as a good look for both of them, but just because he won't cheat again doesn't mean she won't. Okay, you better call her ass out. The clap back on a black man is much harder than on a white woman. She'll be okay. White man, she'll be okay. Amy be eating that boochie. That's why he head over heels. What you know about the boochie? The boochie? Black. I don't think the YouTube links ever work. I always have to sign in on the computer. I got to figure that out because I know they said that it's under my description box in a link. As far as membership, so he's just been unhappy. That's what I think. I feel like he's been unhappy for some time now. Go back to the birthday post he put for his wife. Who in the fuck puts that as the part of their? It was an anniversary post. Who puts that as a part of their anniversary post? Not, just I love you, baby. Thank you for all this time and my precious daughter. This man literally said, she's thank God she stuck through. She had many opportunities to leave me, many times to let me go, but she stayed. And for that, she showed her black, strong woman courage. What? Even when I read that, I said, bitch, what? I said, I hope that would have had to come down the next day. Like, I know me in my ear. I know you taking that shit down. You better edit that. No, it was cute the first 5 minutes. But bitch, I done had 30 minutes to read this shit, and I don't know how I feel about that. What you mean I had a lot of chances? So you mean this time I should have left your ass? Like, it'd begged a conversation. So for me, it was like Ben was trying to pull himself out. Good morning, Eartha G. Reminds me of the blues song, Lady in the Streets, but a Freak in the Bedroom. Hey, Brick Girl. Good morning, babes. I think he will cheat again, too. He has gotten away with the behavior, so what's wrong with it in his mind? Probably too young to know that song. I can look it up, though. Shout out to the crew. Hey, Mr. Carruthers. Good morning. Good morning. Happy holidays to you, too. Baby, Amy and TJ are swingers. No need to cheat when you both like the same thing. They are freaks, child. You think they swingers? Ooh. The wife is an attorney, I believe, so I'm sure she's just sitting back. Wait, that's what made me so curious. I'd assume she would have definitely, especially you're an attorney for Rock Nation. They're very litigant, clearly, if you leave it up to Tory Lanez' father. They're the end all to the be all. The fuck? I still can't get over that shit. Jay-Z and Rock Nation is taking down black communities. I said, you're speaking for your son and you just, the hole you're digging, bro. Just shut the fuck up. Basically he said, thank you for playing the fool. No thanks. Oh, I hope she ain't playing the fool and don't understand she's playing the fool. No. So that's TJ Holmes. And again, I'm leaving y'all on this speculation that the studio they're conducting an internal investigation. They're suspended until the studio decides what's next for them. They are out. So we'll see. I'm gonna stay tuned. Mark my words. Procession order. Next, she may be the one to file for divorce from her husband. Anyway, so let's get into this just awful, awful story. Damn, this is new to me. I ain't even following my screen. I'm just talking off the top of my head. That's what you go when you read and shit. All right, so this next story is interesting to me. So it's Gervonta Davis. Now, this is going to be really interesting because I want you all to pay attention to the details and facts of this story, okay? So Gervonta Davis was arrested. I think it happened Monday. Arrested on Monday at about 2:50 p.m. In Parkland, Florida. And apparently he had punched a woman in the upper lip that caused a contusion on her mouth. And so she was calling 911 while she was in a car with a child. And she was saying that she needed help. This man was attacking her. Now, first, before we found out who it was, I instantly said, "Oh my God, it's one of his baby moms." And the reason I said that was because just 2 weeks ago, this man had a case from a November 2020 incident dropped against him from, at that point, assaulting one of his baby moms. Now, in that case, as you can see here, it was in Florida as well, and it was with his baby mom, okay? And so he was still going to court for this particular case, the charge. And so miraculously 2 weeks ago, that charge was dropped. Now, the woman in case in that was his mother, Andrea Smothers. So that was a baby mom. So I instantly said, okay, so that happened 2 weeks ago, and now we're here. So, I'm like, damn, she dropped the charges on him, and the nigga went AWOL on her. What the fuck is going on? Well, that's not quite the case. This is another baby mom. And apparently, based on his story and based on her story, this was an argument over a truck. She wanted keys to the truck. He wouldn't give her keys to the truck, is what he's saying. She's saying she was trying to leave and she was assaulted. Either or, I want you all to hear. I want you to hear the phone call for yourself. It isn't the whole phone call, 911 call, but I want you to hear it enough so that I can give you his response to this situation. And I want you to deduct what you think happened, because I see playing out another one of these black men versus baby mama situations. So let's go. And shout out to the crew. Please hit that like button, y'all. I appreciate it.
Just weeks after domestic violence charges were dropped against boxing champ Gervonta Davis, he's finding himself in a similar situation. The star boxer was arrested yesterday in Broward, accused of hitting a woman. NBC6's Nico Clemens is live outside of the jail.
And Nico, he bonded out not too long ago, right?
Yeah, and he had nothing to say to our cameras about the arrest or the charges. Davis is a well-known boxer, but lately many people know him for his troubles outside the ring. Tonight, we're hearing the 911 call from the woman involved in this terrifying incident. It is hard to listen to.
Walking out of the Broward County Jail,
Do you have anything to say to that woman?
Gervonta Davis kept quiet, his bondsman the only one doing the talking.
She's got nothing to say.
Davis was Tuesday at a home in Parkland, charged with domestic violence. Court documents say Davis hit a woman on the side of her head with a, quote, closed hand-type slap. It goes on to say the woman suffered a small cut inside her lip.
Please help me. He's gonna kill me.
The woman called 911, screaming and pleading for help over and over.
I'm trying to go home. I have my baby in the car and he attacked me in front of the kids. Okay, ma'am.
She then hangs up. Moments later, she calls back, telling the 911 dispatcher she's in danger.
Can you please send help? I need to go home.
Davis was in court Wednesday morning. It's not his first run-in with the law. Davis was previously charged in Coral Gables after police say he beat his girlfriend in 2020. But those charges were dropped just a couple weeks ago. He's also accused of punching another woman in the ear the same year. That woman says she suffered permanent hearing damage. This video posted to his Instagram page just 4 days ago, where he's promoting a fight in D.C. But the world boxing champ has bigger things to worry about now.
So unfortunate. And see, this is the thing. Sometimes when you have a criminal past, your criminal history, your criminal past always speaks for you. It always does. Even when you be like, presuming yourself innocent, it always has some narrative for you. It provides some perspective. And unfortunately, in this case, he has a history of domestic violence. The case was dismissed in 2020. That same year, he struck another woman. And in November of that year, 2020, he did a hit and run on 4 folks in Baltimore, including a pregnant woman. So he's being arraigned. He has court for that coming up as well. So he has all of these things against him. And so, of course, he has a response for this, right? So Gervonta comes out and breaks his silence after this domestic violence arrest. Now, mind you, TMZ has the entire 1 minute and 38 seconds of the 911 call. I listened to it, typical 911 DV call if you've never heard them before. Not domestic violence, but typical, help, I need help, all that great stuff. I didn't want to have to play the whole thing, so I got the news bite of it. But so here's was his response. He posted this picture and he captioned it with this. Now I'm gonna read it to you, but this is interesting because this is his out. Okay. Do not let these people misguide you all on this bullshit. This was just yesterday, moments before me and my child mother had an argument. Now, mind you, the English, the grammar is not all there. He's a boxer. He ain't a writer. So I'm rolling. Roll with me, please. This was just yesterday, moments before me and my child mother had argument. Watching Frozen with my oldest daughter. I never put my hands on my child mother nor my fucking daughter. Are you fucking crazy? I'm not a monster. I've been quiet for too long. I don't have a media team, PR, good lawyer, spokesman, nothing of that. That's the only reason I'm doing this now, just to clear my name. I've been doing this shit on my own since I started this shit. These people don't put out so much stuff, aired this everywhere, and have a fucking helicopter flying over my house now as I write this because they look at this nigga's money to make to them and trying to get as much money as possible. They rushed to my child mother offering her $50,000 just to pressure charges like they did with my first child mother. So bad they couldn't get her, so they got a lady they claimed she was into the mess. Also a lady that known for suing people for money reasons. They got her, which I have to pay $300,000 to, and I didn't lay a finger on her or even know what this lady looks like. They doing this for money too, and also to destroy me. I am not a monster. I have two beautiful daughters that have to grow up. Someday, see this bullshit. They post this bullshit worldwide before anything. They even post a snippet of the police call, which my child mother was crying on the phone because I wouldn't give her my truck. Shade room. Now, you have a different story being positioned here, that this is a money grab, that there's an attorney out there with a vested interest that's reaching out to the mother, the baby mom in 2020 to help her with her case, but you see it was dropped. Now this one, she has people offering her money to come out and press charges against him. And so he's positioning as he's being framed, he's being set up. The problem I have with this, sir, is that you have your history speaks for itself, and with pictures. This isn't like, hearsay with no photos. You really did beat up that woman in 2020. That really did happen. I don't know how someone can frame or pay somebody to press charges, but those are things that happened. They were a fact. You were charged with the crime. Now, it may have been dropped because somebody who don't want to continue moving forward with those charges. So here, I don't have any reason not to believe that you didn't hit this woman. That's not even my business to decide. But what I'm saying is the optics of this, it doesn't lead me to believe what you're saying, that people are setting you up and they're pressuring you and setting you up to get charged with all of this stuff. I just don't, I don't know. I don't see it at all. But I had a question for you all as I'm looking at these stories. And here's my question to you all. And please drop your answer in the chat. So my question is this. On the first date, what are signs that you might potentially be dating an abuser, emotionally or physically? Now, please put in the chat. And I'm asking this because as this man continues to move forward as a professional boxer, given the history we know of him being, a domestic violence abuser, offender, when someone new comes along and dates him, what are some signs that they may not even know? It could be me or anyone that they're dating a potential abuser. And it's hard to tell. People mask them. But I always wonder, am I the only one who look for immediate signs? And if not, what are some signs? What are some things that are telling of a person? Because it's clear that, and I'm going to be honest with you, this was a baby mother, right? Who knows what she has experienced in the past with this man? But we know today she found herself again as a victim. And it's like, what is being told to you that keeps you going back or not helping you create that wall of separation between this man and when it comes to co-parenting? I don't know what it is. And I know it's biological. I know that. Mental. I get all of that. But what are signs that you could see? You know, of course, you see a motherfucker with a gun. Oh yeah, he's a shooter. You see a person with a knife. Oh, you need to stay away. But how do you tell that someone is an abuser? I think it's so interesting to me. He's probably has anger issues. The reason, hey, he's a boxer. I think that's a sign. He's probably has, yeah. Child, we saw him drag his baby mama up out her seat in an arena full of people. He's abusive. Thank you. He's trash. That man gets paid to be violent. I'm not understanding why the women in his life are surprised when he's violent towards them. Child, leave that man alone. Baby, hey, Risa. Good morning, boo. Good morning to you. I believe he has brain damage from being hit upside the head over the years. You are exactly right. I believe this man was violent even as a child. Therefore, they made him a boxer versus seeking help for him. Yeah, there's no excuse for that. I couldn't be with a person that beats people up for a living. I'm fully aware that I will eventually, baby. Yes, yes. No thanks. That man is crazy. He ain't even cute. Controlling and jealous, absolutely. Quick to anger quickly. Someone who wants to order my food, someone who gets upset when a man looks at me. Ooh. Okay. 1, easily angered. 2, gaslighting. 3, combative. That he's a boxer. Girl, you sound like me. If he's clingy on first date, then yeah, he might have traits of an abuser. In the future, maybe, maybe not. Good morning, Tracy. Being too aggressive and being possessive. Hey, Miles. Good morning. Good morning. Being very persistent. Okay. I agree to a certain extent. And shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here. 50 people in the chat. Thank you. The first sign is how they treat others. I went out with a man and he was so rude to the waitress, very nasty towards her. That's a red flag. Leave. So, and what I'm noticing is these are all things that we're saying if you notice how they treat others. Well, actually, he became a boxer to get his arse out of the streets of Baltimore. Good morning, Miss Gerald. Good morning. One thing you got to do is listen to the X for real. It's a truth in every lie. Do your homework. Okay, Zaire, come through. I don't think all boxers or fighters are fighting outside of the ring. Some are, and it shows in their personal life. They can't turn it off. I definitely don't agree. That's like the NFL players. Everybody say that they are, they're also domestic violence perpetrators as well. And I don't believe that all of them are. Some of them come from 2-parent households. They're very well within their realm. They play, they retire, and for the most purposes, we haven't heard really too much of that from them. So no, I do think it's specific. And I do think it carries over time. Like, I don't see this man pointing out to himself that I need to change. I'm successful. I'm making all this money. Why do I need to change? What am I doing? I do this. And then the women continue to date him because they're either enamored by what he stands for and what he has, not realizing like, yeah, but girl, it comes with a black eye. So that's why I said, what are some of the signs? Because some folks may walk into a situation thinking like, well, it ain't going to happen to me because I'm me, bitch. I'm me. I'm Roman. You ain't going to do that to me. And then you find yourself in these situations. And I always wonder, like, what is it? And so it's interesting to see how we all have these different perspectives of what, definitely easily to anger, Ooh. And now that don't mean you're an abuser, but baby, that's a sign of something. Because I was there before, baby. Easily to anger, that was me. Verbal abuse, cruel to animals, certain beliefs on men and women roles. Cruelty to animals is just ridiculous. That goes to the whole vulnerable and downtrodden population, and you want to abuse them. Abusers all in all walks of life. Shoot, I know some police that were abusers. Yes. Freda, hey babes, I dated the heavyweight kickboxing championship of the world. What a nut. Really? Oh, now that sounds like a live right there, girl. We need the tea on that. So thank y'all for answering this question because I really had that question. I didn't want to forget it, emotionally or physically. So here we are with Gervonta Davis, and his situation. Now, he's set to be arraigned in I think it's January 17th, 2023. Oh, January 7th. He is expected to fight. Oh no, he's expected to fight Hector Luis Garcia on Saturday, January 7th. However, it's unclear if he'll be able to be able to fight that, given all of his different legal situations, especially his upcoming case in Baltimore, which people are saying that most people are saying that he'll end up being convicted on that because it was a clear hit and run with video footage. So this man has definitely got himself in some shit. If I was him, I would honestly tell you to dog, take a break on, heal yourself. You gotta heal yourself. Heal yourself. I don't know what your issue is. I don't want to speculate. I don't know, but counseling is always good in talking to someone. First step is to admit, yeah, there's something wrong. We always, we men. I'm making money. I'm doing this shit. Ain't nothing wrong with me. But your personal life sucks though. You good professionally. Yeah, you got the nice house and a car. You got the material things. But the shit up here, bruh, it ain't as successful either. You gotta have a healthy balance, And some of that comes from admitting I need to go talk to someone. Ain't a problem. That's not a problem. We feel like it's weak. It's not. I'm telling you, it's healthy. And a lot of rich black men, Kevin Hart, Tyler Perry's, have come out and told you they go to therapy. They go talk to someone. They get that off so they can be emotional. They can share because we think it's wrong. It's not wrong. Talk to somebody. You feel disrespected. Why do you feel disrespected? Because I'm okay. All right. Well, does X, Y, and Z know that that's how you feel? Your respect comes in the form of, what is your love language? You get all of that in therapy. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't even know their fucking love language. Us as men, we don't know. It may not just be sex. It may be something else. You may like the fact that someone tells you how proud they are of you or how well you're doing in whatever it is you do. That might be, receiving that affection or giving that affection. But you don't know some of that stuff unless you go and talk to somebody, or if your spouse is talking to you about that stuff. And I think it's worth saying here, Javante, I definitely, babe, I not to call you babe, but I definitely think, sir, you should go and seek some counseling. So we're gonna stay tuned here. Now it'll be interesting if the charges here are dropped. That will piss me off. That will probably piss me off if they're dropped here. So I'll stay tuned to this. Shout out to the chat. Hey, BB Nice. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's the old saying? Can't judge a book by its cover. That's so true. And you can't just discard people like that. I get what you're saying. You're right, though. It is often recommended that parents put aggressive children in certain sports in order to channel their aggression. That is true. I hear that in the family, too. Oh, you perfect for football. You be looking like, why? Because of his size. Now he has that mindset, that's where he's forced to be. Most times they will test the waters to see what they can get away with. It's how you react. The ex nudged me one time. I jumped up like a flying squirrel on that ass. No problems for 23 years after. I know that's right. Not a flying squirrel. Confession. I need to talk to someone before I hurt somebody. My temper keeps me in trouble. Teacher should one wait. That is the first confession, though. That is just exactly how it goes. And then we have a conversation from there. Well, what do you, what about your temper? What makes you so mad? What's the biggest thing that'll make you the highest mad? Like, what's the thing that'll make you the worst, the maddest? We know what Tory Lanez is. If you insult his music career, if you say his music sucks and he ain't gonna never win a Grammy or go up, we know that kind of, a shug at his ego. So what is that for you? I think sometimes people don't know that. I know what mine is. I think I've told y'all that several times. I kept telling him I was a black belt in karate. I guess he didn't believe me. Child went Jean-Claude Van Damme on that ass. He was so surprised. I heard that. Listen, I ain't ever got to worry about y'all not defending yourselves. Y'all all sound like an extension. Nigga, what? Who you talking to? All right, y'all. So let's move right along to the next topic. So we'll stick tuned to Gervonta Davis. And again, it's another situation where this black man definitely needs counseling because his history speaks for himself when it comes to domestic violence cases. We got video footage, we got pictures. So what room is there for us not to believe that there was an incident here? And then pulling your children in the middle of this, I think that's poor taste. Posting an image of your child saying that this was us moments before my wife called the 911 call. She was mad because I wouldn't give her the keys to the truck. All that sounds like bullshit. You posting a picture to her allegedly being mad about keys to a fucking truck. which lets me know that y'all still together fucking around. She has to come home to you. So we'll see how far this shit goes. And we're here. All right, let's move to the next topic. Now, baby, and y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Can somebody give me a little like count? Where we at? Where we at with the likes? So, y'all, now I caught myself posting this picture over the weekend like, damn, bitch, Jocelyn, I had a baby with R. Kelly. This is cute. Now, the reason is because, there was this Instagram account, and apparently this Instagram account had been out here since 2019. And allegedly, people are saying it's Jocelyn's account. Now the family is saying it's not Jocelyn's account. We're going to break it all down. And so this account has pictures of Robert Kelly. They got pictures of Jocelyn and Robert Kelly, concert footage. And the same account started putting out pictures of the baby, right? This Instagram account. Well, do you know the family of the baby, the real family, reached out to Jocelyn's father, Timothy Savage, to tell him, hey, that's our baby. We don't know who the fuck doing this. And even showed the man pictures of, like, see, this is our baby. What's going on? So the father comes out here, was it Tuesday, and drops a message on us and tells us, lets us know this tea. And so now I'm like, well, now what the fuck is going on here? Now, this is why I'm like this. So if you all don't remember, back in August of 12th of 2022, R. Kelly fiance Jocelyn Savage claims she's pregnant by singer in jaw-dropping tell-all. Now, remember, she dropped this tell-all book, right? Still over on Amazon if you want to go look. $14.99 paperback. If you got Kindle, Amazon Prime is $0. Called Love and Joy of Robert. And she included pictures in the book, even this ultrasound picture of the baby that she said R. Kelly approved. Now, this is all from her mouth. Remember, she was doing interviews with everybody about this book, all of that shit. A little synopsis of the book. She claims she's pregnant, one of the several bombshell revelations in her shocking new book. She said that Kelly sent an engagement ring to her home the day after he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Months later, she began expecting severe morning sickness and was unsure what was wrong with her body. I thought I had contracted COVID-19. But the most amazing news of all was that I was expecting. Now, this was in August now. August. So I had no reason to believe. She was like, I thought it was weird. Don't get it wrong. I did think it was weird. Like, now how the hell this shit work? How we doing this? How she got pregnant, this man in jail? What the fuck is going on here? Was it that kind of, they let R. Kelly have them kind of conjugal visits? I mean, damn. So father gets this, then father comes out. R. Kelly confirms he didn't have a child with Jocelyn Savage. So then yesterday, there's this leaked audio of R. Kelly having a radio conversation with someone saying, no, she's not pregnant. Now, the audio didn't come out until yesterday. It seems like it was recorded maybe a couple weeks before. I don't know why somebody held on it or whatever, but the audio came out. So now, first thing I want to play for you all, though, is R. Kelly's audio. Before I play the father's audio, because there's a lot in that I want to unpack. But I want you to hear R. Kelly's audio. Now, he was behind jail during this time frame. And apparently he was on the radio show and they asked him questions about her. And this was his first immediate response. So get into this and hit that like button too. Thank you.
Out there too is, everybody's talking. Is this Jocelyn we're talking about?
I can't name names.
You can't name names.
I can just say Jocelyn is my fiance and I love her and she loves me and we're together still.
Okay. Is this?
I can say that she is not in my case or none of that.
And is this?
She's not against me.
Okay. Now they are saying that she had a child. Is that true or is that?
Hell no. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay.
She didn't have a child. I didn't put out no damn album. And if I would have put out an album, it would be called I Admit It.
Exactly.
We have to start using our common sense.
And so that's what he said. Now, check out what the father has to say about all of this. So he uploaded, and now his video was 8 minutes long. I only took a minute of his video, which had the meat and potatoes. Now, check out what the father is saying about this alleged pregnancy, the baby, even the memoir.
And your actions. Yesterday, TMZ, not TMZ, I'm sorry, the Shade Room had put a post up. And the post was me concerned about my daughter's well-being and her state of mind and just proof of life. Well, within a 24-hour period of time, I got a call from a concerned parent. And the concerned parent wanted to let me know that that was their daughter. And it was her father. He sent me pictures of him and his wife. His wife basically holding the baby girl. That this man claimed that it was Jocelyn's child. Just to let me know that he was sincere, he called me and he talked to me. His heart was broken that his daughter was used as a pawn. His daughter was born in the month of July of 2022. And this man stated that my daughter had a child in the month of December the 8th of 2022. Even gave the baby a name, which is so sad. This is what I am talking about, people. This is the reason why we need to have some proof of life of Jocelyn. Jocelyn has not said nothing publicly since April the 17th, and I'm not reading from a prompter. She has not said anything since April of 17th.
So, father is saying Jocelyn is not pregnant. He's reached out to Jocelyn. She's not responded to him regarding whether she's pregnant or not, but he doesn't believe that she's said that this is her child or denied it. Doesn't believe that that's her Twitter account. Tried to reach out to the man who owns the Twitter account that's been putting out the pictures. Hasn't gotten a response. So now basically that video was him looking for supporters to help him find lawyers, find information, get Jocelyn to talk to him so he can figure out what's going on. Do I believe Jocelyn was pregnant and had a baby for R. Kelly? I don't. I believe what we're seeing now are scams. We're seeing modern day Instagram scams, and it's a hook, line, and sinker. Like, we're falling for it. She apparently in this book had a ultrasound posted and she was pregnant and he approved it. But shortly after the book was released, you got to remember, through R. Kelly's people, they also went and said, denied it. No, she's not pregnant. No, she has no baby. I love her. So the same time they're denying it, he's still giving her praise and support. Meanwhile, she allegedly is out here pushing that she was pregnant and gave birth on December 8th. So on December, what was that, 18th. So it's just leaving us like, what? So I don't believe that there was a baby involved here, especially a fake picture being put out there. I do believe this is an opportunity for Jocelyn. Should she have a baby by R. Kelly, it'll definitely keep her name out there relevant. You know, you have a more of a known name as a parent of R. Kelly's child. I could see potential photo opportunities. Like, I get the swindle, honey. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's so public and embarrassing. But we're here now. I think it was also a play on R. Kelly's estate. You know, if you have a baby by R. Kelly and you have his child, you're entitled to some of his estate. Even though we don't think that there's money in folks' estate, especially should he pass away, the royalties will increase, as we see time and time again. People will buy that man music, album, merch, and it'll go somewhere, have to go to someone. And unfortunately, she's trying her best to get claims to it by being a fiance. But this would just seal the deal for her. So, but I don't think, I don't think so. I think this is where when you see scams running up abundantly, for real. Well, if she was pregnant, they would have to explain how she got pregnant. Can they have conjugal visits without being? That's what I said. And I said, they're letting R. Kelly have conjugal visits like that with Jocelyn. The way he talks slows up my brain. His the father Baby, that was 10 minutes of just like, y'all should have saw me this morning. I kept fast forwarding, like, oh shit, I just missed something. That was one where you really couldn't fast forward. You just got to like sit there. Junkie stunts and whole scams. Wait a minute. So the father, talks that stuff for real? I'm not doing y'all like this. It may be a fake account. Fake news. You're welcome. I've been there. The old saying goes, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. You can't trust nothing these days. Nothing. Drea probably has that on lock. Okay? Listen. I'm telling you now, she probably know how much is there, where the album's being sold. I'm telling you, if she knows better, a little Rob brings big cash. Yeah, I really do. I really do. Because again, he wouldn't be the one who was at fault for any of Robert Kelly's crimes. Regardless, I can't understand why women have children by men who doesn't take care of the ones they have already. Yours won't be any different, baby. You talking about a whole conversation about responsibility and faith and commitment and long term. Child, people don't want that anymore nowadays. So I just wanted to clear that up because I did post that picture. No baby here. There's no baby. The father cleared it up for us, and R. Kelly even made mention in that interview. So we'll stay tuned and see what comes from this, but it'll be interesting because I think everything that we're going to see here is going to be a money grab. So if this don't work, what the fuck is next? The father did make mention in that 8-10 minute video that the daughter is connected to Lifetime and that the Lifetime has a woman named Glenda following them around with cameras and shit. And so I said, it'd be interesting. I guess next month or sometime we're gonna Jocelyn's supposed to be on Lifetime for something. So here we go with the money grab again. But let's get into, so baby, now sometimes we come across these stories. Drake seemingly responds to a fan who claims he flued her out and kicked her out. Now sometimes we come across these stories where fans have these crazy ass stories about them meeting a celebrity and how it goes. I'm of the like mind, listen to the story, because sometimes you just never know. It may be true and sometimes it may not be. And when you listen to enough stories, there'll be enough consistent details in each one of them where you'll know it's true and know it's not. Here's one of the stories where it was. So you got this girl. She hops her ass on her TikTok and makes a video about her being flued out by Drake, and they did the do, and he knocked the phone out of her hand. And you could just listen. I saw an article, and I said, before I read the article, let me go see her video. Because I like to just have my own perspective when I read people's articles, so I'll know. Because I'll be correcting bitches' articles too. You think I don't? I'll be like, no. So I watched her video first. I couldn't get past the first 3 sentences, and I said, oh, she's lying. This is clout. This is a clout chase right here. This is a clout chase, and it works because, girl, I would never be talking about you right now. And it worked because Drake responded. Had Drake not responded, I probably wouldn't even be talking about you. It would have just been a video. So let's get into this video. Now, I'll give her credit. Girl, you got some storytelling skills on you. Very much so believable. But it just didn't add up, and I will let you all know why I didn't think it added up. So check this shit out. Shout out to the crew. If y'all can give me some love and the likes, please.
And I posted it on my Instagram story. So last month, Drake had flew me out. So I have made a video and I posted it on my Instagram story. It was a video of me inside a purple lingerie set. And I had tagged Drake inside my story, but I tagged him and I made it real small so nobody could know that I had tagged him in my story. So I did not know that he was going to even seek it. I'm not even going to lie. So he had texted me in vanish mode and was like, what's your number? With the heart eyes emoji. So I sent my number. Quick. So he called my phone. We chopped it up or whatever. And that's when he was like, he trying to see me. And I was like, I'm trying to see you too. So he had booked my flight for November 16th. Mind y'all, we texting, talking, all of that, November 13th. So fast forward, I got off the plane. He had sent a private out to get me. But before I went inside his house, they made me sign an NDA. So I can't really say too much, but I had looked at my NDA rules, so I know what I can and can't say. You feel me? So when I get in the house, we just sitting on the couch, chilling, talking. He kept on rubbing on my stomach and kept on asking questions like, do you want kids? And I'm like, what you trying to say? Like, if you want a baby mama, me just say that. He just kept on rubbing on my stomach, asking me, do I want kids? I was like, yeah, I want one. I want a little boy. So we watch a movie. We drinking Casamigos. Then y'all know Casamigos bring out the freak up. So y'all know we did what we did. I don't have to go in detail about that because it's self-explanatory. But he did not use protection, which was a little weird. But y'all know I'm just going with the flow. So after we did what we did, we just cuddling and we're watching another movie. So everything went left when I pulled my phone out. So I had pulled my phone out and I had recorded him. And as soon as he seen me recording him, he slapped my phone out my hand. I'm not even going to lie, I got a little scared because that slap was aggressive. But after he had slapped the phone out my hand, he was like, you got to go. I was like, just because I recorded you, really? But I had posted the video on my Instagram. All the receipts is on my Instagram, so I don't got time for y'all to be like, I'm lying and all of that, because what do I have to lie for? So last month, Drake had flew.
I'm over here laughing. I was over here dying at y'all. Hold up. I can tell by those eyelashes. She lying. You could. Oh my God. Child, we supposed to believe you signed an NDA? That was my first thing. First of all, you know how she's lying about an NDA. Because in the NDA, it covers not only you talking, girl, but the recording, the distributing, the redistributing, the transferring. They cover any kind of, they call it, damn, Rome, you know the word. Any kind of transferable, it's a word. They cover it. It's covered. So any way you can communicate something, move something, transport something, take this to that, it's covered in a non-disclosure agreement. You are not allowed to record, film, bitch. You can't talk. You think it's just talking? That's how I knew she was lying. I was like, oh, so she thought that NDA was just covering her talking. Bitch, it means recording. So the fact that you even just sat here and said you pulled out your phone to record him and he just slapped it out your hand lets me know you're lying, because you would have known that you couldn't pull out your phone and record. First of all the stories we get of Drake having these women, we know for a fact that the security guard at the door takes their phone. They have to give up their phone. They do it by first texting you and watching you pull out your phone to text back, and the security guard takes that bitch, and then when y'all come out the room, you get your device back. It's that's why we really get shit from Drake. And so she said it's on her Instagram page. Well, you know, Roman scrabbled over to her Instagram page, and what did I say it was? A fucking clout chase. This girl is trying to get people to follow her. Be shocked if she have an OnlyFans coming up next. I'm like, any fucking thing. So, and my thing is, you rather come out here looking like a hoe to get clout. I mean, it's gonna work because you know the niggas gonna be on it. Niggas gonna be on her ass. You know, I ain't Drake, mom, but you know, I got a couple dollars in the bank. You know, you want to come out here? I'll rub on your belly. And then that was another thing. Rub on your stomach and tell you out of everybody that he want a baby. Girl, you must not have watched PR school or some shit. You wouldn't be the one to fit the mold, honey. You'd have to be as regular as you are. And I'm not being funny, y'all. I'm being for real. This is some real shit. To be as regular looking and regular name-wise as you are, which is me too, honey, we would have to be in their zone to be someone potentially to date. Like, I would have to be in the recording studio with somebody looking good as a bitch, and one of the main celebrities turns around like, who is that over there? Regular. Not he just saw you on Instagram regular and flew your ass out and you out here talking like this. It don't work like that, honey. First of all, a regular bitch ain't gonna talk. We gonna be, I don't know what you talking about, girl, but we see the long term in this. Fuck that shit, bitch. I ain't saying that, girl. Don't say nothing. I ain't saying shit. Where you was? Nowhere. All I'm saying is, Kiki, do you love me? You like that song? I do too, girl. You should play it. Stream that shit. Stream it so I get some royalties. That's what I would do. y'all wouldn't know a motherfucking thing until afterwards. So yeah, I had a little thing. It was a little thing. So I knew she was lying. I'm like, girl, you lying out the gate. And it sucks because that's how you're gonna be. No, you might as well go, start our only fucking fans. At this point, you done said basically everything you know that first of all, what a thought. The Casamigos get you lit, you know what that Casamigos do. Bitch, are you kidding me? Ew, you just gonna say it like that. That Casamigos getting you, you get the feeling freaky. I mean, yeah, you can say in the reverse if a nigga said it, it ain't no problem if a dude say it, but what's wrong with me saying it? Yeah, because you're trying to come out here like he was after you. You ain't come out here like, yeah, I wanted to, no, you making it seem like he was pressed to you, kicked you out. No, bitch, you sounding real meet me at the gate too, honey. And he did, allegedly, apparently. Kicked your ass out, apparently. So I think what Drake is going to find is that he's going to have to stop fucking responding. So Drake has responded to this girl, which he does a lot of these claims he responds to, you all. He always finds himself responding. I think it's too much because he doesn't have a woman. He doesn't have a main girl. There's no main leading lady in his life that we can connect him to. So these stories carry more weight because everybody wants to know who's Drake fucking, who he's with, who Drake fucking, who he with. So they carry legs. So he feels compelled to respond. Here's his response. Never met, never spoke, never flew. I hope people start doing more with the one life we are given. Shit is sad out here. And I fucking agree. I mean, I agree. It's like, girl, out the blue, you chose Drake. All right. I mean, we'll see what comes of this for you. It sucks because I didn't even get her name out the article, nor did I care. It was like, girl, I didn't even want your name. Don't even know who you are. You just popped up and now we're here. Because I was very curious, like, oh, somebody with Drake now, from the hot sauce and the condom to this, what's popping up? Well, I ain't gonna give y'all no details. Well, you're lying, because that's be the first thing motherfuckers. It was good. I'm just gonna say it was good. He did it. You ain't give us nothing, bitch. All you told us was shit that can be cleared up. That ain't real juicy. It wasn't real. Ooh, he rubbed your belly. And when he told you out of everybody he wanted a baby, he's going to be having delusions of grandiose. Okay? For real. Girl, please. Okay, he didn't use protection. I thought he was weird. He was just going with the flow. No, that's your norm, honey. Child, them doll hairs, Earth the heck out of me. What NDA lets you say all of that? Clearly, Miles. Oh, she wanted more. That's what it was. That's all she wanted. I thought she signed it. ND, nope. Yeah, that's allegedly. She sound fake. Was he drunk? Okay, she got catfish, and she looks small. He like thick women, books and ass. Yeah, he do. And allegedly, Joe Budden does too. Boobs. She thought the no condom will make it believable. This woman is crazy at her eyes looking like that. He should have slapped her for looking how she looking. Is it true that Nas had a baby? Oh, yeah, I saw that. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe it because all of the sources that I've seen it on are like I didn't see it from my main sources. That's all I'm gonna say. So I have not talked about it, but I did see the little picture that went out. I think it's another trolling that he's done. I don't think he has a 1-year-old baby. I think that would have been something we've been talking about. I don't think he would have hit it like that. That would normalize him in a lot of ways, and it's a great marketing tool in aspect. You're gay and a gay dad with a child. I mean, that's Disney all over it, bitch. That sounds like $100 million contract for the rest of his life, him and the child. But I don't see it. I think we gotta expect when a baby, expect some music, you all. I do, but I'm gonna stay tuned, and I could be wrong. And I can stand corrected and tell you, but I don't. One of my vibes for telling me another stunt. Good morning, Cedric. Thank you for coming through. Yes, for the RN22. I hate Casamigos, baby. Casamigos will take you there, but not like her there. Like her there is just another there. He said they aren't going to be attached to me at all. We never spoke, never flew, never talked. I heard that. All right. So let's switch over because I just gotta keep it real with y'all. So Miss Wendy Williams finally comes her ass out the shadows. Now Wendy Williams is happy to be here in her new holiday message. Now y'all know I saw this message, but I saw the message. Okay. So, and I broke it down. I wrote down here in my little notes. I said Wendy Williams had a message for us. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think her message is, and then I want y'all to watch it. That way y'all can say, oh shit. Her first message in this video is to both Kevin Hunter and Kevin Hunter Jr. is that I have a home. I am in a house. I'm just happy to be here in a home. Notice how it opens zoom shot on a home into a house, into her sitting on a chair, comfortable, like in a home. It almost gives the feel like I'm just happy to be here. Given what we've heard, Kevin Hunter, you know, mortgage problems, he need a check. Kevin Hunter Jr., he's evicted, and we know him and his mother has been estranged. And I think that has to do with the fact that I think she does feel a certain kind of way. You know, I do, but we can talk about that at a later date, and I don't want to have to, I ain't bring facts to prove it, but I do feel like that's where they are. So the first thing is I think she's saying, I got a home. Secondly thing is, she broke. Wendy needs some coinage. She needs some coinage. And now she has merch. But see, I don't think she wants to do this. I don't think she wants to sell merch. I don't think she wants to do any of this. But Kevin Hunter knows that if she does anything remotely, making money, bringing income into an account, he's going to see some of that. So I think she has this disposition in this video, like, you know, come get my merch. Whatever, nigga. Oh, but I'm in a house. But I'm here. You hear a little mention of the merch, which I'll show you after I play the video. But this is the disposition I got from her. I got real, like, it was like a double-sided message. Like, yeah, hey, fans, I'm happy to hear you. Happy holidays. And it came on Christmas. If you're selling merch, you dropping your Christmas merch video well before Christmas so that people can buy them for gifts and holiday sales. But this came on Christmas Day, like sort of like a, I'm good, I'm in the house. Hi, y'all. Happy holidays. Since, you know, she ain't really talking to her family, this might be the one message they could see. I got all kind of shit from this little ass clip. What else did I say? Oh, then my final question was, did she really want to do this? Did she really want to have to come out here and say hi to us? Or was this like her team saying, girl, put something out there? And then she came up with, well, all right, this is what I got. So check out this clip of Wendy.
Hey, happy holidays. 'Tis the season for the winter. Listen, don't forget to check out your favorite Wendy Experience merchandise. I don't know what else you're doing. I'm just happy to be here. And to be, well, happy to be here.
Let me play it one more time.
Hey, happy holidays. 'Tis the season for the winter. Listen, don't forget to check out your favorite Wendy Experience merchandise. I don't know what else you're doing. I'm just happy to be here. And to be, well, happy to be here.
Girl, I'm just happy you cognizant. You have some wherewithal, because for a while there I thought you had a screw loose. What do y'all think about that video? I don't think that would be a good PR thing for him. He's young and his image doesn't give that at all. No. In order oh. In order for him to continue to make the kind of music he wants to make, Miles, he ain't gonna be able to do that and compete with the whole family traditional image and be such a public figure, because he's gonna spend the majority of his time explaining himself, as we see he do. He does time and time again. He explains himself. He'll do something and come out and explain why he's doing it. Can you imagine him having to do that with a child? Not only will he have to be speaking to the world, but he's speaking to his own child, like in his explanation. It's sort of like, you know, so I think that would be that wouldn't be too good for his career. All these young girls want to get flown out. How about you fly out and get a job? I ain't gonna lie. It's out here. I have a job and I still wouldn't mind getting flown out. Okay. The way these celebs live way above their means and live virtually paycheck to paycheck is beyond me. That's crazy. And it is true. It's so true. You would think that people who have celebrated careers like Coolio, which we'll talk about tomorrow, Coolio estate only has $300,000 in it to divide amongst 7 children. And I was just sitting there doing the math thinking like, how in the fuck is this possible? What do these people be doing with their money? Now, they say it doesn't take into account any of his futures, meaning royalties, any properties that might be sold or anything like that. It doesn't take, it's just current physical day property asset valuation. This man got $300,000 worth of Coolio. I mean, Coolio, I ain't gonna lie, my TT's house is more than your estate. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. 300,000? What are you doing? But again, and now you know it's going to lead to them arguing over who's getting what and how they're getting it, because that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Is that, by the way, no reason as to why she broke now. He could have gotten half, and she should have still been straight. Debmar fucked her. First of all, they fucked her. Debmar did fuck her. I'm going with what I said. I believe that they're the part of this holdup of her account is them trying to retract their monies back from her by putting a freeze on that account. It could have been a mutual account, a joint employee account. You pay off of that. We don't know the optics of it, but I think they fucked her when they did that. Wendy. Okay, shady Wendy. Remember those froze her accounts at one point. Did she get that cleared up? No, still froze. They're froze to a point that she has to work with someone who's giving her checks, giving her a monthly and allowance, sort of like she doesn't have complete access to her accounts like you and I do. She has to go through like a financial banker or something. Sound like with some hidden shade. You know Wendy is a baby. You know she was throwing shade. She does have many screws loose. She's shady though. Get some. Listen, I was over here like, wait, okay. I'm glad y'all saw the shade too. Wendy is being shady, baby. She was sitting there like, I'm happy. I'm in a home. I said, I wonder what Kevin's saying of this shit. What home you in? Screws, I meant. Please hit that like button. Though, shout out to Rico. Rico Reports. Rico on the beats. Make sure y'all go follow and subscribe to Rico. Shout out to Rico. Rico, where you been at? Okay, I need a live. Going off or not going off. I need just you to come up live doing something. Child said, I'm over here and you are well over there. You see it? Did Coolio write his raps or have a ghostwriter? Well, I think for the most part, he did have some raps where he wrote. I know he wrote the song to All That. Is it All That? I know he was that show should be producing some royalties, and they should be pretty good now that it's, because you know the royalties increase as the show ages. Like Law and Order, high ass royalties. Them motherfuckers getting paid. Seinfeld, great royalties. Sex and the City. That's why when all our shows go off the air, like Girlfriends and shit like that, and get canceled, it cancels out royalties and shit. It needs to be a successful show, run to the end of its season, but when it cancels it without a defining end, they lose out on a lot of royalties. Coolio has a hit song. He wasn't that popular as a rapper. I mean, damn, no investments. You would think you snap up property. Property is the biggest way you flip your money. Biggest way. You just start buying properties all over and let that bitch sit. Then that valuation of property goes up, cash out. Okay, good. It's sitting somewhere. At least the money's sitting somewhere. It ain't in a bank. It ain't, you know, it's, I don't know why people, I'm telling you, if I had some money, life would be so different. Oh, it's still frozen. Okay, so that's why her funds are limited. Yeah, while the court is still allowing the freeze. Yeah, her speech is impaired. She sounds happy to be here. All right. I think because at one point she wasn't well mentally. She seems to be getting better. Look at this again and look at the neck. Now I want y'all to focus on her neck. Focus on the neck.
Hey, happy holidays. 'Tis the season for the winter. Listen, don't forget to check out your favorite Wendy Experience merchandise. I don't know what else you're doing. I'm just happy to be here and to be, well, happy to be here.
Now, it was the neck for me that gave everything away. I said, I don't know if she's sitting in the brace. I said, is Wendy sitting in the brace back there, or is she just the hairpin? Did you know black folks be buying cars and jewelry just one house for their mama? Talking about, and then the big thing is that this wrist is $1 million on my hand, on my arm. This is and saying this is an investment, and I always say, how the fuck is that an investment? Typically, their investment, they go up in value over the years, over the course of time. What makes you think that the piece that you have is going to go up or not go down in value? Not all timepieces go up in value. Some of them are so heavily produced that the market don't create a space for there to be value on your timepiece or your car, unless it's a highly vintage car. Like you buying 19 cars, but buying a regular Dodge Ram and fitting it out, thinking that this is an investment. Who be sitting next to y'all when y'all be doing this math? Like, for real, for real. Somebody need to say something like, bro, you only need a couple cars. The fuck? Like, I think a lot of them live in the moment. They don't plan for the future, thinking that money will always roll in. Nope. Okay, listen. Kevin and Sharina are shaking it. Kevin and Sharina right now. Kevin is at his barbershop and Sharina is in there sweeping up hair. I'm telling you, if you think I'm lying, and soon enough, when the baby's old enough, I'm gonna be cutting hair too. Kevin Hunter said that he's producing talk show. He's producing a class or books on how to become a talk show host. He's starting to create new talk show hosts like Wendy. I said, this nigga really think he done. He really think. Sometimes it takes the right person and the right mentor to come together to create the right product. I don't know why he think he can just recreate the chemistry. Wendy Williams was very unique. There's not going to be another Wendy Williams. I don't care if you go and get a bitch that look like her. It's not going to be. I don't know why because you're relying on her laurels as much as you think she relied on yours. The fuck? Why you can't produce Sharina to be a talk show host? Now Sharina is doing vegan cooking. She just created a book, and he's producing her book. I said, look at this shit. I said, all right, you'll see. I hope she continues to get better. Thousands of people have the same thank you or car. Where's the value? Y'all know the street pharmacist has her prescriptions unlimited refills. She better stop playing though. If we ain't learned enough from MJ. Seriously, Wendy, you're getting at the age now where the hard drugs, the prescription hard drugs, you got to be very careful. Your body ain't the same. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm for real. With Wendy, that's the last thing I want to hear. Something with Wendy. We always gotta send a prayer out for Wendy, even if her family ain't doing it for her. All right, y'all. So here's the merch. So she's doing these hoodies. How dare you? How you doing? Lights, camera, Wendy. She's doing, mic'd up. Oh, excuse me, voice of the city, and she's doing these hats. I instantly said, Wendy needs some coin. I mean, they're priced up there, pretty premium priced for a hoodie, and her merch. She needs a coin. This is all about a coin, but I feel like the timing is wrong. Even if you didn't want to do a message until Christmas, she could have put her merch out like around Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Why wait till now? And then I also think she's trying to brand her brand. Like she's trying to do some brand here, damage brand control with her saying, how you doing? Because I don't know about y'all, but you can go on Amazon and get a lot of these damn logos from there. I'm not logos, but sayings, how you doing? What was the other one she had on there? Voice of the city and excuse me. So I think she has to do some damage control, because even if you go to Google right now and type in Wendy Williams Instagram or Wendy Williams, it still redirects to the Debmar Mercury owned stuff, assets. And so I found myself for this show going to Wendy Williams, being redirected to her old Instagram, which they have shut the fuck off. It says nothing. Then I had to go and type in Wendy Williams experience to get this new thing. And it's like she's really having to rebrand her brand, whether she wants to do it or not. And maybe it's coming in the form of merch, which Kevin knows. All right, girl. So, all right, we're going to have to start sending over financial docs, which is something I think she doesn't want to do. Because she has to rebuild from the bottom up. So I want Wendy to succeed. I want her to win, y'all. I don't want Wendy to be down. I don't. Not even a black woman, black thing. I just think that she's done the work. I hate the fact that she's put in the work. She's put in the time. So many of us can credit a lot of what we do and what we like about what it is we do to Wendy. I love that shit. I don't think I would have the same pizzazz if I didn't feel comfortable enough watching Wendy have done it. Like, you know, say how she feels. Say it like you mean it. I didn't see that either. Say it like you mean it. No. I wonder if Debmar Mercury owns that. Say it like you mean it. And they're keeping control of that merch. See, there's a lot of shit at play here for her. So she has to do a lot of damage control. So I'll stay tuned. I want her to be successful. I want her to win. I don't want Kevin Hunter to get any of her money, although legally she's obligated to pay this man. Now I don't know if she can get a good attorney who can say that that obligation came off the back of her contract related to Debmar Mercury, and therefore that's still in litigation. And so any monies owed needs to come from that, which shields her new monies coming in from being obligated. I don't know if she can do some creative financial litigating on her behalf from a lawyer, but it's worth a try, girl. It's worth a try. It definitely is worth a try. He can't recreate Wendy, but he should seek to become a consultant of some of these shows. He has a wealth of knowledge. He just don't want to work. Lazy ass. I just been saying the same thing, child. Kevin just woke her up and stood on the side of the stage with dollar signs and other puss in his eyes. Period. Tears the season to the winter. I think Wendy gone. I think Wendy is a clone. Oh, hell. Not a clone. Wendy was great in her season, but it's time to rebrand. How you doing, Wendy, girl? A lot of celebs are comped. Clothes, jewelry, homes, cars. That way they still look the part. But once it's all over, that is so true. If we didn't see anything from watching Empire and learning how that went, a lot of that shit is always comp. You're so true. Always get a prenup, baby. Get a prenup and do your will. Get an estate. Like that's when you got money. Why aren't those things that you think of? Maybe it takes. Maybe when you're in the moment you don't think of it. But damn it, I'd be damned if I get a lot of money and the first thing I'm not thinking about is investments. Okay, I make $1 million. I always think, okay, in 10 years, how can I be sure that I put this in the bank and it's going to turn? Certified deposits, $300,000, Coolio. That's just I just regardless if you don't have money or assets at time of marriage, never knows what happened. That's so true. That is so true. I talk about a clone. All right, so let's move on. Just an update. Okay, we got updates on this one. So, bam. And we are an hour and 33 minutes. 30 minutes to the 2-hour mark. Can y'all please hit that like button for me? Thank y'all for being here. Feeling really, really good today. I don't know if it's another day, another good day. Just feeling good. And I just wanted to tell y'all, thank y'all for being here with me for the hour and 33 mark. Y'all didn't wait or anything. We still going, baby. We still going. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more topics to go, and I'll let you go. But I want to give you the update. All right, so I've been talking about this case since it dropped. Takeoff. You know, I'm only talking facts when it comes to the Takeoff case. I don't want to talk about gossip. I don't at this point. Now that people have been charged, and there's supposed to be an alleged narrative there for the prosecutors to charge someone, I only want to talk about that. And as I've been telling you, something ain't looking right. This shit is not looking right to me, y'all. It's not. And I have to be honest. You know, I too want justice for Takeoff. Yes, I want justice for Takeoff. But I got to be honest in what I'm seeing. And as I've said before, the shit is playing out just as I've told you. And I'm going to say this again. Ain't no fucking way the biggest piece of evidence they have in charging Patrick Xavier Clark is a reconstruction of the crime scene. And after I told y'all that on that show, I went to do my own research. Like, okay, what weight does this carry in a court? The reconstruction of a crime scene can only be offered in the court once they have witness testimony. So they can't even produce that to the jury to see unless they have sworn testimony to back up what they're saying, which is why we kept hearing them say they want witnesses to come forward. They want witnesses to come forward. Now that we got a person coming in, we want somebody else to talk, which is why they arrested that 16-year-old before, because he was going to provide them testimony regardless. Were you there? What did you see? Where were you standing? Okay, so this is the eyewitness testimony you're going to use with the crime scene reconstruction to frame this man. Well, that shit just ain't enough. So we're here. Now, Takeoff's alleged killer, Patrick Xavier Clark, was alleged to have been home by New Year's. He went to the judge to ask for a bond reduction. The judge initially gave him a bond reduction from $2 million to $1 million. Okay. The judge said, I'll give you, money to go get a private investigator, all that good stuff. And the man went and got a private investigator. And so the private investigator basically said that he wasn't a flight risk, because the same time that he purchased those tickets, he had canceled a days before, and that he also had an itinerary of his trip, meaning that he had a schedule of things that he was going to be doing in Mexico during this time frame, well before any kind of indictment or anything came out. So the judge was like, okay, that's cool. Okay, we'll give you a bond reduction. It ain't gonna go from $2 million, we go to $1 million. It's heard this nut, Patrick Xavier Clark, is in jail on the phone talking to family and his attorneys about how they got we ain't got the $2 million, but we got the $1 million. We can get you out. We can get you out. So he not knowing they're recording that shit, right? They're recording all of that shit. So he then asks his lawyer, well, can you go and ask for another bond reduction to like $300,000? Because if you do that, I can get out before New Year's, and I'll be out this year. And do you know, they recorded that conversation on the phone, and they took that shit over to the judge for this second. Remember, he wants from $1 million now to $300,000, and the judge was like, nope, not gonna do it. And now everybody thought the judge denied it on the fact that he's a flight risk. Well, the judge came out here and said, the chances of him getting a bond reduction depend on several factors, including the defendant's current charges, past criminal history, financial resources, and his character. The ability and skills of a defendant defense attorney will also make a big difference. Ultimately, judges decide these matters on a case-by-case basis, so it's not statistically easily reduced to a number. Well, the judge came out here and basically denied the bond reduction, and denied the bond reduction by saying, you were reportedly recorded on a jail phone call stating you could pay the original $2 million. Prosecutors also opposed a lower bond and used Clark's Instagram page, which had photos of him posing with large amounts of cash, to prove he can cover the bond. So, as we're seeing how this case is shaping up, he's not a flight risk. The judge doesn't see him as a flight risk. Prosecutors don't see him as a flight risk at all. So that's out the window. This man they don't think that that's an issue. But what they do think is he has enough money. He has enough resources. And so because you do have the $1 million, we want you to give us your resources. Then we'll let you go. See, if I have your $1 million, you can't move. That's about all you got, ain't it? 300,000, you be able to move. With you give us just 300. It sounds like you got more. You got enough. You'll be able to move. So they're holding him. But it don't stop there. So this is what the prosecutors go on to state at court. Prosecutors claim surveillance footage showed Lil Cam brandishing a weapon at the crime scene, but the district attorney's office didn't go so far as to accuse him of shooting the fatal bullets. Did you hear that? That's why I told you. I said, this is so weird to me. So prosecutors are now admitting, yes, there is footage of Little Cam waving a weapon at the crime scene. Now, if you remember, I played the video of the police officer during a press conference saying he was nowhere to be in that instant. Yes, he had a gun on him, but that was it. He shouldn't have had a gun. That's why we took him in. Now they're saying he actually brandished this weapon at the crime scene, but the district attorney doesn't want to go so far as to press charges on him. And I wonder why. I wonder why. What's the special agreement there? What's going on here? So this is all making me look at this case upside down and topsy-turvy because I'm not understanding what's going on at the fuck all, you all, at all. It's so interesting to me that they kind of have this surveillance footage, but they also want to recreate the crime scene. It makes no sense to me at all. Then you have ABC. Okay, so ABC is facing harsh backlash after mistakenly paying tribute to late Migos member Takeoff with the photo of Quavo. So they go and post this photo in their rest in peace section. Instead of having a picture of Quavo, they got a picture of Takeoff. Now, this isn't the second time. This isn't the first time. This is the second time they've done this. You remember the article that they did as well. And so they come out and they respond, we apologize for the unfortunate error in a previous version of the year 2022. It has been corrected. Well, it hasn't been corrected on air, just online. And that wasn't enough. So I'm going to stay tuned to all of this. Now, Zara, can we do an all-day marathon? Ciao. Okay. Now, that man was shot by several guns. Shouldn't they want all folks who brandish weapons? Risa, I'm telling you, this shit is not making sense at all to me. At all. At all. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to the crew. Hit that like button down. All right. All right. Let's get into this. So Cardi B scores. Shout out to Cardi B. So if you all don't remember, Cardi B was in a lawsuit where she won. She actually won the lawsuit. It was from the guy who is standing on it's my left side, so it might be your right side. But the guy standing on the right side, this is a white man, and this is his original tattoo on his back. And so he sued Cardi B because he felt like her putting him his tattoo on the picture on her album cover, among other things, embarrassed him and damaged his reputation. Well, a jury decided that no. The jury decided that no, we don't agree. So back in October of 21, the jury basically dismissed his case. So Cardi B won. However, he appealed this, and he appealed it on what they call a Rule 50 motion. And so what a Rule 50 motion is basically that you want the judge to go straight to ruling as a law of matter of fact. And so no jury. But the judge basically came out here and said, no, that doesn't apply either. It doesn't apply either. And so what he was trying to get done was saying that the model had his likeness, and people recognized that, which he came and testified in court and said it was only one person that recognized it, which was the guy who gave him the tattoo. I said, well, how would you get somebody in there and it's only one person that recognized it? So Cardi B's folks came out and was like, no, it's a non-white male, he's Latino basically, back with his covered up with his tattoo of a tiger and a serpent, copied from the internet. Cardi B's former manager testified that the male model appears to be a non-white with black hair, while Brophy is white with a shaved head. The model's face is also covered in the image as he appears to perform oral sex on the rapper. And again, as you see here, here's the image. And so the judge was like, no, nigga, no, we're not doing it. I didn't do it in October 21. We ain't doing it now on your appeal. So she won. And basically, what the judge came out and said was the jury had ample basis for its verdict in the original court proceedings. The document proceeds, including that the model's tattoo was not sufficiently identifiable with Brophy for several reasons. And lastly, the jury could have likewise determined that Brophy suffered no harm from the cover image and or that any use of Brophy's likeness in the mixtape cover was transformative, meaning that it was done so differently that you can tell it wasn't him. And as you look at it, I mean, to me, it's different. Even at the top of his neck, up top of his back, close to his neck, you'll see the cursive. It's his name. That hasn't been copied over, transformed, or anything. So Cardi B won the case. She won her lawsuit. Shout out to Cardi B for another win. And I kind of assumed that his appeal was going to be overturned because initially when the judge ruled in this 11-page document, he let the guy know that, dog, you trying to come in here on a Rule 50 motion. That alone should get this dismissed. But I'll proceed further and give you more a sound, I'll give you some more legal sound advice. And so he proceeded further. So shout out to Cardi B. Now, while we talking about cases, let's talk about this man here. Tory the fuck Lanez. Can we? And listen, I'm not a Tory Lanez hater at all. Shit, I like Tory Lanez music. I listen to his music. I like Tory Lanez. I'm not a hater. But again, I like facts. I don't fucking care too much about the gossip. I don't freaking care too much about all of the ooh and the lie and the ooh and the lie. That don't excite me. You know what excites me? Stuff that actually moves stuff. Like tomorrow when I cover Shanquilla's case, when I do my update on it, because I'm doing a thick update, we're gonna talk about this new picture that has been out, that's been released. And the first question I'm gonna ask to you is, what does this change about the Shanquilla Robinson's case? This is the first thing I'm gonna ask you. And so, Tory Lanez, I'm here. It's the first thing I want to ask you all. Now, we know that Tory Lanez has been convicted. He faces upwards of 22 years in a federal prison, as well as in California prison, as well as deportation, possible deportation. His lawyers have recently came out basically saying that they're exploring all options, including an appeal. We are shocked by the verdict. There was not sufficient evidence to convict Mr. Peterson. We believe this case was not proven beyond a reasonable doubt. We will be exploring all options, including an appeal. Now, what's funny is when they say we will be exploring all options, let's stop there before we go including an appeal, because the only options you all have is an appeal. What are all? We will be, I'm sorry, again, we will be exploring all options. Well, to me, when someone says that, it sounds like they want to either be deported immediately back to their country, their home of origin. Like, is he trying to say like he just wants to be deported back to Toronto? Is he I'm trying to figure out what other options. You've been convicted. The only other option is to appeal. You mean you need to decide on how you're going to appeal? So remember, and we also talked about the appeal process too. One, for felony cases, he must file a notice of appeal within 60 days of judgment or order. You must file your notice of appeal at the clerk's office at the courthouse where the trial was heard. So he has 60 days to do that. Two, which is the most important, is that he can only appeal if he says that there was not enough evidence in his original trial to justify the verdict or judgment. And two, if he say there were mistakes of law during or before the trial that hurt his case. Which leads me into this goddamn petition. So Tory Lanez fans launched this petition urging an appeal for the rapper after he was convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion, as he faces more than 22 years in prison. Now, what's so interesting about this petition is that, what the fuck is it? What? Now, the petition doesn't really do anything, but what I'm seeing it do is actually provide possible recommendations, suggestions to attorneys at an angle for a possible appeal, and having people like his fans sign on agreeing to this. Like, hey, because you can't go into the court and say, hey, we have all these people who sign this. We need a new trial. It doesn't work like that. And so I pulled out a little section of what the petition is actually saying. So The last line appears to reference Lane's father, Star Peterson's claims that Jay-Z and his management company, Roc Nation, had put its thumb on the scale by signing Megan in June of this year, nearly 2 years after the shooting. The petition text ends by claiming the trial was the result of political pressure to fake protect Black women. African Americans went along with hashtags that didn't protect anyone and instead caused division between Black women and Black men, a trick that we so easily fall for. Now, you tell me, now that was just a summary, some of the end part of the petition. You tell me, what the fuck does that have to do with the Tory Lanez and Megan's case? What does Jay-Z and Roc Nation have to do with Megan Thee Stallion in the car with Pete Daystar, Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson, and Kelsey? What the fuck does they have to do with that? Nothing at all. And so for me, I read this petition. They put out a lot of things. They wanted to talk about Megan flip-flopping on her testimony. Well, we are not, at this point, we're not arguing the testimony that was presented in court. You're not arguing for new, you're arguing what's been presented. And you're saying that they all lie under oath and they should be perjured. And I said, now, do you understand what happens if Tory Lanez has to come in there saying that all of the witnesses or some of the witnesses lied under oath? That undoes any testimony that directly supported some of the defense attorney's claims. Like, you're undoing a well-braided braid, pretty much. So you can't just tell them a recommendation for one thing and not understand there's a domino effect on both sides. That's why they're exploring all options, because they understand that if we appeal this here, if we say that they didn't test the gun for fingerprint residue, what does that do for other parts of my case? What does that do over here? So they literally have that second option, which I said this on the first show when I said this, was you say there were mistakes of law during or before the trial that hurt your case. And that with me is the biggest thing. I think they have an opportunity there. There were mistakes made at LAPD. Like, there were mistakes that the prosecutors made. There were mistakes throughout this case. I think they have a leg on that. Not that I'm supporting one person or the other, but to come out here and think that, oh, there was side conversations or Kylie should have been testifying. So, honey, what that's going to do? What is that going to do? Not a damn thing. So that's where I landed with this. And remember, prosecutors added a third charge, discharging a firearm with gross negligence, earlier this month. Lanez faces a maximum sentence of 22 years and 8 months in prison. He may also be deported to his home country of Canada after serving his sentence. So again, it's a lot of things that they did not touch on in this petition. For example, if you talk about the gun, then we're going to have to talk about the negligence. If you want to try to undo a charge on that charge, then we're going to say, well, then who pulled out the gun? Well, we got him on that. Where's the petition for that? So you have to be really careful about how they're phrasing this. And then to put this about Black men, the political pressure to protect protect Black women. What are we talking about? And causing division between Black women and Black men? No, we're not. I know goddamn well, after so many years of so many struggles and shit, Black men and Black women in their household, all the shit we have to go through and they have to go through, and all, no fucking Megan Thee Stallion or Tory Lanez case can ever be the cause, be a drop in the basket for division between Black men and Black women. First of all, half the fucking Black race ain't wealthy like these motherfuckers, so we don't have these same issues. First of all. So division where? No, we're going to call it what it is. Some of us agree and some of us disagree, and that's okay. Stop acting like we're in this, like you getting arrested. Like, oh my God, you're finna lose your favorite star. There's so many other things going on in the world. This to me was like, okay, another fucking case. Like, are we still about to do this shit? Let it go. Whether you believe it or not, y'all gonna stress yourselves out. And I'm talking to like the Milagro Grams, like I've been seeing them and they tweet, and she be tweeting hard. Like, she's in her feelings. And it's like, babe, let it go. Let it go. You can still be the most amazing reporter. Hey, you may have gotten the story wrong. You may have gotten it right. You still convicted. You have faith. You have faith in what you believe in, and that's fine. But don't let that define who you are and make you be this miserable sulk. Woe is me. I'll be damned if this defined me and my blackness. Tory Lanez from motherfucking Canada and Megan Thee Stallion, whose name is Megan Thee Stallion. Are you kidding me? Thee Stallion. And that's good. And again, and African Americans went along with hashtags that didn't protect anyone and instead caused division between black women and black men. No, that's low vibrational. If you want to ask me, that's some low vibrational ass shit. Are you get the fuck out of here? Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, yeah, it was great, trendy, something for us to see and watch during this bad weather, and something for us to report on. But it ain't never gonna be the cause for no black men and black women. Are you kidding me? No, maybe sluts and pimps. Maybe, yeah, it may make them want to start speaking up more for each other. Maybe that's it. But no, don't put that shit over here. We ain't taking it. We ain't accepting it. No, because I'm black all day and I'm not divided from any woman or any man. This is my opinion, regardless of anybody else having their opinion. And I want us to look at this shit. Like, we go so hard for this stuff, and it's like, you have to relax and follow the process. Follow the legal proceedings. If you believe this man has been wrongfully convicted, his best bet is to file an appeal. Make sure you know what the fuck he should file an appeal on. Fans shouldn't be talking about political pressure to fake protect black women. You can't go into court and get an appeal on that. That's not gonna work. So that's how I feel about it. I've been seeing it, and it just makes my skin go separate. I just be like, why? And I pull myself out of it on Twitter, like, because I don't want to have to go back and forth with people that I like. Like, I like y'all. I don't want to have to, so let me, be mad. Girl, be mad. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Chantel. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you, Risa, for coming through. I appreciate you. Okay, here I go. My unpopular opinion. His parents are part of the reason that young man behaves the way that he does. I concur. Unpopular opinion. The way they behave was classic. My baby does no wrong, which is why a lot of children end up as wayward adults caught up in the system. They cut a hole full at that courthouse. Yes, they did. I mean, they did not think about, like, when it's time to go to an appeal and he's trying to appeal on, let's say he says, he doesn't really have any criminal history, or, he's not violent. I mean, prosecutors can easily say your father really led a mob demonstration outside the courtroom and wrongfully pointed this at other people, making them targets for all of your fans. Like, they can go so many ways with that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Bless their hearts. Hey, Karma Cattell, good morning. Get the way, fuck out of here. They need to blame the defense team for how he presented the case. I don't believe the defense provided a viable story as to how Meg got shot, where evidence would back up for reasonable doubt. Yes, I agree. Again, when they said that the jury really, they did not provide when the phone calls came out about him in jail apologizing, and when he was apologizing in text messages, they did not hone in on the fact that the jury zoomed in like that's admitting fault. The defense did not even play it up like that's part of his character. I was watching a Law and Order. They did a whole little thing on YouTube. He didn't even play it up. They didn't play it like he's a very apologetic person. You can see in these build that character. They did none of that. They let that shit ride. They want witnesses to come into. Well, the witnesses didn't even show up, but now they have to stand on the factual facts that he did send these text messages. So you're right. Mr. Lanez needs to tell his son to keep his hands to himself. Period. They all clowns, okay? Child, a boy pulled a gun, pointed it towards her feet, and said, "Dance, bitch." Whether a bullet or shrapnel, if he hadn't pulled his weapon, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. Regardless. Like, what else do we got to say? So, speaking of Meg Thee Stallion, Megan Thee Stallion has got another win, baby. She is on a winning spree, okay? And shout out to the chat. Before I end, this is my last topic of the day. I want to tell y'all thank you for rolling with me. Before I do that, hit this. being here. So the last story I want to get into is Megan Thee Stallion and her winning streak. So she has been on a winning streak. Now, if you don't remember, don't know, Megan Thee Stallion, she now wins her early round in contract war with Houston label. So if you don't know, I'm gonna give you a small history so you know what's going on, because it's not over, but she got the first win. So you don't remember, she claimed that her new First Amendment in her complaint that she's now fulfilled that debt and deserves to be severed from her entirely one-sided contract. She's asking for the minimum of $1 million in damages because 1501 allegedly has refused to fork over her share of the royalties from her music. So this all kicked off with her suing the label back in February and of 2022. She sued the label saying that she wants out of her contract. She wants $1 million for royalties that she's already, owed. And, and she went to court for all this. Well, they countersued. 1501 was like, well, hold up. Crawford and 1501 have vigorously pushed back in the case. They even claim Pete still owes the label many millions from her ancillary activities such as touring, endorsements, merchandising, and even acting. So they basically said, like, honey, you suing us, but you out here doing all this shit for Rock Nation, touring, doing all this shit. We're not seeing any of that cut. We're not seeing no financials. So you want shit from us, we want shit from you. So these niggas was mad. So they got mad. So they asked the court. So they sued her in March, right? They went to the court in March and said, hey, we want to sue her because she hasn't fulfilled her obligations of her contract. She got these albums like Something with For the Hotties. That ain't no fucking album. That's a mixtape. So, back in September, they asked the court for their March case. They asked the court to do what the photographer in Cardi B case wanted was a Rule 50 motion. Bypass the jury. We want you, the judge, to rule on this as a matter of law, looking at this. And so they asked the judge to do that. The court should bypass a trial and simply rule outright that Something for the Hotties was not an album under Megan's contract because it included previously available recordings and purportedly failed to follow the proper approval procedures. Baby, when I saw that, I said, oh, 1501 is mad. 1501 is mad. Basically, because this happens to anyone. You have your label, then you have a producer, and you work with different companies. The artist records the music with a different producer. The label isn't always there, or they may always be there. And sometimes you run the music by and get it approved, and they'll approve it, and they won't approve it, or they'll approve it. That doesn't happen all the time in certain cases, especially when you license your music to other folks. It's not done under the label. So I said, oh, they're mad. They wanted her to have all her records pre-approved, features and all that kind of shit. Bitch, you don't own her features that she's on with other companies. And so she responded by saying, her freestyle and her skits included on her album do not count as previously published material because even though some may have appeared on YouTube, they were never available in a format that was commercially distributed to the public for sale. So she proceeds in court. The judge comes out and says, a Texas judge said this past Wednesday that he denied her label's request that her 2021 album, Something for the Hotties, be declared something less than the album under her contract. So they basically said, no, your lawsuit is dismissed. Something for the Hotties is an actual album, a part of her contract, which goes back to her original lawsuit. I've completed my contract with you all. You all owe me. So now 1501 has this out move. I said they got something else up their sleeve. This ain't over for her. I'm like, be prepared for another either counter sue or another motion, Megan. But I'm glad sounds like she has good legal team, a good sound legal team around her. Now here's the next battle. They don't consider Traumazine as an album considered in this contract. And that would have closed out all she owed to them. Traumazine would have been the last one. And so they don't consider it as either because they say they didn't have final approval. They didn't have any of those things at all. And so I don't know if this also included Traumazine as well, but we know it included Something for the Hottie. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion for your win, honey. You get that. You got that, mama. And the fight still goes on with her in 1501. With just regarding her contract, and we'll see. Like I said, this 1501 shit and Megan will be a huge story of her career. How intimately they are involved, and they know a lot of things about Megan. They know a lot of intimate details about her career, her process, the ingredients, the sauce, the chemistry that make her sort of the hot rapper we know. And I can see them leveraging a lot of that in the future against her, towards her. I won't say it in the Nicki format where, you know, they had a whole machine come after Nicki, recreate her brand and her style. But I do see it being a really uphill battle for Megan, even if she get past this lawsuit. 1501 is always going to be a crux in her ass. They didn't even want her to perform at the American Music Awards. They was boycotting that. She had to go get a whole fucking restraining order on them to not come around that situation at all. You can't talk to nobody. You can't tell no one not to play music. So this is going to suck for her for a while. And as much as she's saying that she's fulfilled her obligation under her contract with 1501, she does know that they will own those masters. And I think that will be the next battle, her getting masters to some of her earlier recordings that 1501 owns, and they'll continue to reap the benefits. And I think they'll put a huge price over her head for those. Huge price. We'll see if Rock Nation stays around for that part of it too. So it's interesting. Child, I'm trying to go to heaven. Okay, I'm not going to say nothing about the horse or the pony. Horse or the pony. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. So that's all I really had today. We covered everything. R. Kelly, Meg, Tory, TJ, Cardi, and we got into Gervonta Davis. Thank y'all for being here. Shout out to the crew. We got all that in the 2 hours and 6 minutes. Thank y'all for being here. And if you haven't hit that like button, I'm trying to figure out why you haven't hit the like button. Like, where's your faith in me? Okay. Give me some love. Give me some love. Let me see. So we talked about TJ Holmes and him filing for divorce, y'all. We talked about Gervonta Davis, and his 911 call with his second baby mom. And was arrested and released on bond. We talked about R. Kelly and Jocelyn Savage. R. Kelly coming out saying that he does not have a child with her. You know, so interesting. We talked about the Drake fling and how fake that shit is. We talked about Wendy Williams' shady ass video and her new merch. Child. We talked about Takeoff Killer. Would he be home before the new year? Doesn't look like it because the judge did deny his additional bond. And we also talked about the twists and turns of that case. You got to go check it out. We talked about Cardi B and how she won her appeal against her in her lawsuit regarding her back tattoo and the artist, which is so fucking crazy. People do anything for money. Y'all get on my motherfucking nerves. The fuck? He could have took this and made a whole thing out of this. He could have collaborated with her. He could have did something else like live art, some other, asked her for a promo, took the whole nice approach. The fuck? We talked about Tory Lanez and his appeal as well as his fans' petition. And I gave y'all my thoughts on that. And we closed out on Megan Thee Stallion and how she's won the early round in her contract war against 1501, the Houston label. So shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here. Another show done. Another Hot Topic show done. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to do Hot Topics and local news. You know, I mix them up on a Friday. So many different stories that I want to talk about that I couldn't cover on those specific shows this week. So I just put them over in my Friday show. So y'all come through. I want to do a live where I drop the link and y'all come chit chat with me before the week is over with. So I think I might do, I don't know when, I'm not going to say that, but I know I want to do that. And then Friday, we're going to be live in the morning. And I might be live for New Year's Eve in the morning. Kick off y'all New Year's Eve day. Play some cuts. I was thinking about like doing a 90s R&B jam session that morning, Saturday morning. We all can just jam out to that, have another good time. So y'all let me know what y'all want to do. But I'll be back. And thank y'all for being here. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you. You too. You know you enjoyed the show. Thank you. Please hit that like. Thank you. Thank you, T. Trisha One. Thank you. And look, you be good, T. Trisha. Okay. Num your karenge your. Get you some beads. Some beads. Have a beautiful weekend. Y'all too. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate the love. Shout out to all the members in green because I see y'all. Thank y'all so much. And until next time, crew. Until next time. Deuces. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman news, coming just for you. King Roman news, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman news, King Roman news. Let's go, let's go.